Good day, school. May the Lord be with you. The theme for this term has been the power, love, and sustenance of God. You've heard many messages around how God displays that to us through prayer and other ways, but also how we can display it to others, like empathy. It is apt that I'm talking to you today as the Form 3s and 4s get ready to start their mid-year exams, and the Form 5s start preparing to end their syllabi in various subjects, but also as they start their prelim exams. My message to you this morning is look up, child. I'm sure you all recognize these logos. When we watch the channels or read some of these excerpts of the news on these websites, etc., we find very depressing news. Most recently, we've been bombarded by Black Lives Matter, gender-based violence, and especially COVID-19. And when thinking about all of that, you think, what's going on in the world today? Where is God? I want to share with you a story. One night I had a dream. I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord. Across the sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene, I noticed two sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to me and the other to the Lord. When the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand. I noticed that many times along the path of my life there was only one set of footprints. I also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times in my life. Often, when we are going through storms or dark patches in our lives, we struggle to find God and so therefore question His existence or the role He plays in our lives. I asked the Lord because it really bothered me, and I questioned Him about it. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I have noticed that during the most troublesome times in my life, there is only one set of footprints. I don't understand why. When I need you the most, you would leave me. And the Lord replied, my precious child, I love you and would never leave you. During your times of trial and suffering, when you see only one set of footprints, it is then. This message is then further illustrated by this image. Some of you may recognize this photo. It was taken by a photographer who wanted to capture the end of an era in the mouth of the English Channel on the French side. In this specific part of the channel, the sea is quite treacherous, but there's also lots of rocky outcrops. And as a result of that, all these lighthouses were built. At the end of 1989, they were going to all be automated. And the photographer, Jean Giraud, wanted to capture these keepers of the lighthouses. He was flying overhead one of these lighthouses, and the sea was quite tempestuous at the time. And the lighthouse keeper, Theodore Malgorn, came out because he heard the helicopter. He had no idea that there was a wave that big coming to crash against the lighthouse. When he did realize, he quickly ran back in. And it was just in time. Like the man outside of the lighthouse, we are not expected to stand still in the face of a storm. Because in Hebrews 13:5 it said, keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have. Because God has said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. They will see the glory of the Lord, the splendor of our God. That is in Isaiah 35:2. We are allowed to take refuge in God's love, but we must remember God's promise to us. He will never leave us. Like the person in the footprints dream, we will be carried by God through all our storms or droughts. However, we need to trust He will. We need to open up our hearts to hear Him and let go of whatever is holding us back. Digging deep actually means letting go of our fears, our guilt, our shame, and most importantly, the sense of being in control of everything, especially at this time. The COVID-19 experience for our country has has made us realize that we don't really have control of anything. Life happens, but it is how you respond to life that really matters. I'd like to share a song with you, and I'd like you to take note of the words of that song.
Where are you now when darkness seems to win? Where are you now when the world is crumbling? Oh, I hear you say, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, where are you now when all I feel is doubt? Oh, where are you now when I can't figure it out? Oh, I hear you say, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up. You're not threatened by the war. You're not shaken by the storm. I know you're in control. Even in our suffering, even when it can't be seen, I know you're in control. Oh, I hear you say, I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Oh, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Look up, child. Hey, look up, child. I hear you calling my name. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up, child. Hey, look up.
Romans 8. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare His own Son, but gave Him up for us all, how will He not also, along with Him, graciously give us all things? The words of the song, "You not threatened by the war, you're not shaken by the storm. I know you in control. Even in our suffering, even when it can't be seen, I know you in control." God has a purpose for everything. Every loss, as a lesson. Every bump, every obstacle, every fall. So how can we not keep trying? Let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this wonderful school and college. Thank you for the lessons of hope you give to us, to people, in various ways. Bless us, to bless others, and also to keep looking up. Amen. Thank you, boys. Enjoy your day.